First at 9, a man whose vehicle struck debris on the interstate is dead. Now his family is searching for answers.
There's a reckless and dangerous driver who's still out on the roads.
Their message for those responsible and how you can help bring closure. And scary moments in Bibb County as a gas leak leads to explosions and a fire in Centerville. How the quick actions of first responders may have saved lives. Plus, a big weekend for Birmingham as the NCAA tournament, Monster Jam, and other events all converge downtown. We're on your side, helping you navigate traffic and parking for the big events.
Live on your side. First at 9 starts with First Alert Weather.
With UFL on TV, thank you for joining us for this digital edition of WBRC First at 9. We start with a look at your First Alert weather. Meteorologist Tania Michelle tracking some rain and storms for us. When do they arrive, Tania?
Hey, listen, it looks like we could see some rain moving in for early Saturday morning. There could be a few thunderstorms in the forecast as we approach the afternoon and evening, but we're really watching Monday. That doesn't mean Sunday's going to be completely dry, though. Monday, though, is when we're going to see a possible chance for a severe storm, and why we've declared Monday a first alert weather day. So this is part of the next big thing that we're tracking. That first alert weather day really starts, I would say, about 11 p.m. Sunday night, because that's about as early as this next frontal system could move through. As we look across the Midwest and really parts of the South, we can see where that enhanced risk is at. That's a level 3 out of 5, and it actually clips our far northwestern portions of central Alabama. So Lamar, Fayette, clipping Walker County there, far north and western portions of Coleman, Winston, and Marion County. You guys are under that more enhanced risk to see an isolated tornado, damaging winds, and large hail. More of a slight risk, level 2 out of 5 for much of the area and much of central Alabama, with that severe risk lessening as you move further south and east. But again, time period that we're watching 11 p.m. Sunday to 11 a.m. Monday for that greatest severe threat. Large hail, damaging wind gusts will be our main impacts. Right now we're dry across central Alabama. We've got temperatures in the 60s and 70s. It feels great out there for your Friday evening. Mild conditions overnight into your Sunday. And we're dry right now, but I mentioned that as early as tomorrow morning, we're going to see the chance for some rain to move in. Here's a quick look at winds out of the southeast, just about 5 to 10 miles per hour. A lot quieter as far as those wind conditions were earlier, but they're going to be breezy and picking back up for your Saturday. We'll talk more about those future wind gusts, more rain on the more on the timing on the rain and storms for your Saturday or Sunday, and that severe threat Monday coming up right here in a couple of minutes.
Thanks, Tania. New tonight, a man who crashed into a large piece of metal debris on I-2059 in Bessemer is dead, and his family is asking you for help. His loved ones gathered for a vigil tonight in honor of Terrence Bernard Summers Jr. Your reporter Brady Talbert is at Faith Memorial Chapel with a look at his life and his inexplicable death.
Yeah, this is a really sad situation. This family just wants closure for a beloved father, son, and barber. They want to know how what they describe as a giant metal blade ended up on the interstate.
There's a reckless and dangerous driver who's still out on the roads.
The family of Terrence Bernard Summers Jr. is demanding answers after this hunk of metal ended up on I-2059 near Academy Drive last Tuesday. Summers, driving into what loved ones describe as a sawmill blade, he was rushed to the hospital but didn't make it. His father is in pieces.
This is one of the most hardest things I had to do in my life. Man, because he was a son that was just full of so much ambition. I keep hearing in my head. It's me saying, I love you, son. And he said, I love you too, Pops.
The 24-year-old had 3 sons of his own. Now the family is doing their best to support them. Summers was also a well-known barber. Loved ones saying this community will also feel his loss.
Everybody knew him. He cut some of everybody's hair. He was a great barber. To me, the best barber in the world.
In addition to laying Summers to rest, his family wants to know who is responsible for his death. Their lawyer says they're working with Bessemer police. They beg anyone who saw what happened on March 18th or who knows anything at all to give them a call.
All I want to say is, whomever that is that's out there, once again, you made a mistake. Don't make this family endure a manhunt investigation to try to find out who this is, because that's exactly what they plan to do.
The family's lawyer says they plan to look at business surveillance video and are requesting information from ALDOT. As for Summers, his funeral service will be Saturday at 1 o'clock right here at Faith Memorial Chapel. Your reporter in Bessemer, I'm Brady Talbert, WBRC 6 News, on your side.
On a much different note, right now the city of Birmingham is front and center in college sports as it hosts the women's NCAA basketball tournament Sweet 16 and Elite 8 this weekend. Big sporting events like these, of course, help draw visitors to the Magic City. Birmingham city councilors say with more events they pull off, the more events are likely to come to the city. City Councilor Hunter Williams says tourism has become a cornerstone of the city economy. He is teaming up with Jefferson County, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and the BJCC has led to big successes in recent years.
Anytime that we're able to host a large-scale event in the city of Birmingham and pull it off in a safe and effective way where we have a good experience for those that are visiting the city of Birmingham and our residents that go experience it, it's a win. It's a snowball effect. And so when we have these types of events and we're able to pull them off, then we are in line to get another event equal of the same size.
But keep in mind, it's not just March Madness this weekend. There's a lot happening in the Magic City, meaning downtown is likely to be packed. Your reporter James Giles live and on your side tonight outside Legacy Arena with what you need to know about parking before you head downtown. James, how's it look?
Well, Steve, can't say I've heard too many complaints about the parking so far. People say, although it's going to look chaotic with everything going on, including the women's NCAA tournaments, finding parking hasn't been a tough task. Now, that could all change tomorrow with even more events on tap like Les Mis and Monster Jam. Officials with the BJCC say there are more than 14,000 parking spaces within a 5 to 10 minute walk radius, plus hundreds of on-street parking spots are available as well. Executive Director Tad Snyder says they're urging folks to pre-purchase parking. If you bought a ticket, you can check your email for the Know Before You Go guide to make parking even easier. And so far, people seem to be giving the experience pretty solid reviews.
It wasn't too bad. We got kind of lost, but I paid for parking in advance, so it was $75, but it was okay.
We were in Albany last year for the Sweet 16, and that was atrocious. So this was so much quicker, so much easier.
Yeah, initially it was a little overwhelming, but we got here pretty early, so we were able to drive around a little bit and park and get food first, and then come, and we actually just parked at a local deck, so it wasn't too complicated.
Now, guys, if you're someone like me who needs a little extra help or maybe just a visual learner, we got you covered. If you head over to the WBRC News app, you can click the link in this story. It'll take you to a webpage where you can print off this BJCC printable parking map. Also, there's plenty more other parking options around the city. We'll put a link up in that story for those as well. Meanwhile, your reporter in Birmingham, James Giles, WBRC 6 News, on your side.
Covering Bibb County, a gas leak at AmeriGas Propane in Centerville causing explosions and a fire at the facility. We are told the fire started around 2:30 this afternoon on Belcher Street. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Volunteer firefighters tell us dozens of propane tanks exploded, including one that landed in the parking lot of the wellness center across the street. The incident started while an employee was working near one of the tanks. The cause of the situation still not clear, but again, thankfully, nobody hurt.
Not really 100% sure what started the fire other than a possible arc or, different things. But luckily he was able to get away and get out and get everybody evacuated from the building. And at that point, we started rolling multiple agencies to the scene of the fire.
We do a combined Brent Centerville fire call out. So they were quickly on the scene, which really aided in getting the fire under control and minimizing any chance for injuries. Thankfully, there were no injuries.
The volunteer firefighters tell us they got the fire under control in about 45 minutes. The state fire marshal is now investigating. On your side in Shelby County, Calera police urging people to download a sex offender tracking app to help protect their community. The Offender Watch app provides real-time updates, allowing people to see exactly where registered offenders live in the city. Your reporter Anjanae Robinson explains how the app works.
Now, with just a few taps, you can enter your address and get instant email notifications when an offender moves into your area.
That's the purpose of the law, and purpose of the notifications is so not only for law enforcement, but for the community to know where they are, to be able to protect their kids.
And if you suspect a sex offender has moved, you can report that in the app.
There's certain situations where the offender may be residing at his residence, but that neighbor who knows that he's there is able to say if they see kids there.
Statistics show that many registered offenders re-offend, but officers say tools like Offender Watch help prevent them from slipping through the cracks.
the more individuals that have access to the information allows us to, again, prevent them from reoffending.
The app isn't just for your neighborhood. If you're traveling or have family in other areas, you can search by those zip codes as well.
It continues to broaden the ability to keep up with these individuals.
The information is accessible through the app or a web browser.
We would rather be proactive on the front end to prevent a child from becoming a victim rather than taking the case and having to deal with a child who is a victim.
Janae Robinson reporting. There's also a feature on the app that allows law enforcement agencies to report and quickly alert U.S. Marshals about a wanted offender. New tonight, the Vestavia Hills Fire Department now has a new drone to help with emergency calls. They'll use it to help find hot spots for wildfires, giving firefighters an aerial view. It also helps them locate people faster during water rescues. Now, this is the department's third drone, but this one is upgraded with a better camera, night vision, and thermal imaging.
With this drone, the software that we're running, we have the ability to video stream live feed back to our battalion chief, our head chief, and then it gives us our mutual aid departments the live feed if necessary, and we can put resources in other areas or bring more resources in.
Money for the device came from the local Rotary Club, which covered more than half of the cost, with the city paying the rest. And with the threat of severe weather on the way, Cherokee County EMA holding an Emergency Awareness Day tomorrow. You can come out and meet first responders while picking up a free pre-programmed weather radio.
So they would no longer be reliant on outdoor sirens that were old and outdated. We started our program in 2018 with handing out weather radios, keeping a registry of the people that get them, so we can make sure it stays to our county residents.
Again, those radios already programmed. The Emergency Awareness Day tomorrow from 10 to 2 at Tractor Supply in Center. And of course, you can always download the First Alert weather app for the latest weather forecast in your area. Tania?
Well, thanks, Steve. And yeah, I think that is such a great event to go out and participate in if you have the ability to do so, because we do have a First Alert Weather Day coming up very, very soon. We're talking about early Monday morning, and over the next 24 to 48 hours, you'll have time to prepare before our next chance of severe weather returns. So we already know we're in that spring severe weather season. Whether Monday brings us severe storms or not, it does not hurt to be over prepared and make sure you have the necessary tools to keep yourself safe and your family safe as well. That NOAA Weather Radio, that First Alert Weather app, making sure you know your safe place and that you also just know what tools you need to have at your safe place, that first aid kit and the whole nine, right? Let's talk about the next 24 hours here. We're going to stay mainly dry through the night tonight, but rain moving in as early as tomorrow morning. Just some scattered showers across the area. Overnight temperatures won't be bad, like fairly warm, I would say, not dropping much below 60 degrees. Tomorrow afternoon will be very warm. There will be some breaks. Notice here around 12 o'clock, it looks like much of the area is looking fairly dry, but there's more heavy rain and possible embedded thunderstorms that could move in as we approach late afternoon and your Saturday evening. Looks like the wettest daylight hours will occur for West Alabama. Here we are at 5 o'clock. This is our latest model runs showing our high resolution data, and it's showing that, hey, there's going to be breaks, and again, most of that rain staying further west, but scattered showers and storms could start to push further east for the second half of the day and into your Saturday night. Here we are early Sunday morning, already seeing more weather across the area. It's going to be another mild overnight into your early Sunday, and then we bring in Sunday afternoon, tracking more showers scattered and maybe a few embedded thunderstorms. So what's next? Well, we have weekend rain and storms. Then we have that First Alert Weather Day Monday for a severe storm. And then we're looking a lot cooler after that front moves through heading into Tuesday of next week. So let's really walk through this 7-day forecast. I really want to talk about the next big thing. We talked about the weekend briefly. Now let's talk about Monday, because I know this is what your eyes are on. You maybe have been on spring break. You may have not been paying very close attention to the weather, but if you are tuning in now, you haven't missed much. We're preparing, though, for what's to come. Here we are looking at that severe threat Monday. It's an overnight threat. Many of you will be heading back to work or taking your kids to school, so this is something you really want to make sure you are well informed about, because as this front moves through, of course, that severe threat lessens, but that doesn't mean a severe storm can't impact you. Damaging wind gusts, large hail will be our main impacts, and an isolated tornado cannot be ruled out. That greatest severe risk will be north and west central Alabama, Lamar, Marion, Winston County. heavy rainfall, gusty winds. So just keep that in mind as you make those plans early next week. Now, taking a look at Tuesday morning, it's going to be a lot colder. But as far as that timing for those storms, we're talking about 11 p.m. Sunday until 11 a.m. Monday of next week. Then we have more disturbances throughout the week next week, bringing us a few showers, maybe a few storms as well. But it looks warm. Highs in the 80s and overnight temps in the 60s. Steve?
And thank you for joining us for the digital edition of First at 9. A reminder, you can always find us online using the WBRC News app. We are back on TV at 10 immediately following the UFL game. We will see you then.